friends, and welcome to MusiCity Kids. My name is Tamara with Love in a Big World, and I'm so glad that you're spending some time with us today. We want to help you grow strong in mind, body, and heart. Today, we're talking more about self-control. And self-control is managing your feelings, your attitudes, and your actions. Part of that is watching what we say and knowing that our words are incredibly powerful. And with our words, we can either build people up or tear them down. And even though it's hard when people are saying mean things to us, we can choose to use self-control and not lash out against them. So we're going to be digging into that today. First up, we've got Dr. JPOP, and she's got some tips for self-control with our breathing.
Hey everybody. So, fun fact, did you know that the first thing you learned how to do when you were born was breathe? Yep, and you learned how to breathe with your respiratory system that developed when you were in your mommy's tummy. Did you also know that just like you can exercise the body, you can exercise the respiratory system too? I know. You are kind of exercising it when you move your body, but there's ways that we can just focus on the respiratory system. And today, I'm going to teach you something called shape breathing, okay? So with shape breathing, you pick a shape and you pick a time. So today we're gonna start with the square and we're gonna start with 2 seconds. So this is how it goes. For the square, for one side of the square, I would inhale for 2 seconds. Then I'll hold my breath for 2 seconds. Then I'll exhale for 2 seconds and then hold my breath. And then I've breathed in a square, okay? Then you start that whole process over again. So we're gonna do it together. We're gonna do a square and we're gonna do 2 seconds. Are you ready? All right. One more time, okay? Awesome. You have breathed in a square twice and you held it all for 2 seconds. Now you can do a square, you can do a rectangle, you can do a triangle. All you're doing is working on your ability to breathe in and hold that breath and fill your lungs, and also the power in your exhale. Now this is something that I actually teach to some of my kids when they're in pain. Because sometimes when you're in pain, your body's actually okay, but breathing is a great way to signal to your body that you are safe. So when you're upset, when you're angry, when you're maybe anxious or scared, you can pull out this shape breathing and it will help you feel better, okay? See you guys later. Back to you, Tamara.
Thanks, Dr. JPOP. That's a great tip. Next, we've got some math with our friend Steve all the way from South Africa.
Hey Tamara, it's Steve here from Cape Town in South Africa. And I want to talk to you about math and being silly. And when I think about being silly in mathematics, the first thing that comes to mind are fun brain teasers. So I thought I would try some brain teasers on you and the students. Here goes. David's father has 3 children. Snap, crackle, and... what is the name of the 3rd child? Listen closely. David's father has 3 children. Snap, crackle. What is the name of the 3rd child? Do you think you know? Put up your hand if you thought the answer was Pop. Well, that is absolutely not correct. The correct answer is David. Why? Because if David's father has 3 children, it means David must be one of the children. Did you like that one? Let's do another one. I've got 2 coins in my hand. I'm not going to tell you what they are. What I can say is that they add up to 35 cents. You might be wondering, what they might be, here's a clue. One of them is not a quarter. Now, if you're thinking about American coins, a quarter is 25 cents, a dime is 10 cents, that would make 35, but if one of them is not a quarter, what are the two coins? I'll let you think about that. Have you thought about it? The correct answer is a quarter and a dime. And I know what you're going to say. You told us that one of them is not a quarter. I did, but I did not say that the other one is not a quarter. Was that a little bit sneaky? Did I catch you out? Let's try one more, a quick one. You are running the 100-meter race. You overtake the person coming third. What position are you now coming in during this race? If you overtake the person coming in third, what are you coming in? Did you think first place? Well, that wouldn't be right. Did you think second place? That is also not correct. The correct answer is third. Because if you imagine we've got 3 people in a race and I'm over here and I overtake the person coming third, it means I'm the new person coming third. Was that a little bit sneaky? I hope you enjoyed those. And back to you, Tamara.
Thanks, Steve. Those brain teasers are a great way for us to practice some self-control so that we really think through what the question is that's being asked instead of just blurting out an answer. All right, it's the power of words. What we say can bring life or death to other people. And I don't know about you, but I want to be one who speaks life. And that's what this next song is all about. It's Corner Girl from our friends at Southern Word.
I'm the girl in the corner, all alone in this room, like a scene from a movie. You turn my world blue. I was told I was ugly, a loser too. You did this to me, what'd I do to you? You cut me out, I sewed my heart back up again. The corner girl I was, the corner girl I was. I'm out now, you won't get me down, 'cause the corner girl I was. I screamed I'm not weak, I need to be free. What did you know about me? Now you're gone, my love is strong. I can't stand on my own. The corner girl I was, the corner girl I was. I'm out now, you won't get me down, 'cause the corner girl, the corner girl I was, the corner girl I was. I'm out. I was the corner girl. I was the corner girl. I was.
Thanks, Southern Word. That's a powerful song. It gives us all a lot to think about with what we do and what we say. Next, we have Harry Allen from Studio Bank.
Hello, I'm Harry Allen. I am the co-founder and chief relationship officer of Studio Bank. I have 3 young kids. I'm proud father. I serve the community. I grew up in Nashville and take every opportunity I can to give back. I've been the president of the Downtown Nashville Rotary Club, very active with the Center for Nonprofit Management and serve on their board of directors, as well as a trustee for Belmont University. So I'm so glad to be with you today. So this next topic is self-control. Managing your actions, managing your behavior, that is difficult. I think that every single person has to wake up every morning and say, this is the type of day I'm going to have, and make sure that no matter what comes your way, you are checking your actions and taking those breaths before reacting too strongly. I would be afraid of anyone that tells you that they walk through life not paying attention to any action or reaction. We all have things that disappoint us, that challenge us, that make us extremely happy, that make us upset. What we can control is how we react to those things. And I think making sure you have support around you to talk about how you're feeling, making sure you're taking time to pause before firing off the response. When I get an email that may not be in the tone that I can appreciate, responding and matching an angry tone is not productive. So taking a step back and saying, okay, how do I want to frame my words and actions before acting upon them can be helpful, and can be helpful to you as a student as well. Okay. So this has been a lot of fun. I want you to remember how you show up in the world, and make sure that those encounters that you have, intentional and accidental, are ones of warmth and kindness, and that you leave an impression after you've left a place.
Thanks, Harry, and thanks for all that you do for our Nashville community. All right, friends, it's time for our book recommendation of the day. Here's one for you to read from my hometown of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Roberto Clemente, Pride of the Pittsburgh Pirates, by Jonah Winter. So Roberto Clemente was a Puerto Rican who loved baseball. He worked hard, made it to the major leagues, but when he played for the Pittsburgh Pirates, I'm sad to say that he was ridiculed because of his Spanish accent and his dark skin. So instead of lashing out, Clemente managed his feelings, his attitudes, and actions. He committed himself to becoming the best baseball player that he could be, and he succeeded. He became one of the greatest all-around players for the Pirates and one of the most admired players of all time. So check out this book and see what you can learn from the life of Roberto Clemente. All right, next, we've got Dr. E.
Hey, Tamara and friends.
Hey, Tamara and friends. How are you? Well, my niece and I are out here talking about me being an anthropologist. And I think I've mentioned to you all before on the program that as an anthropologist, that means that I study people and I study their behavior. And so when I pay attention to what people do and how people behave, that tells me a lot about who people are. And it also tells me some important things about things that are valuable or important to them as well. And so one of the things being an anthropologist that I have paid attention to and I know is that human beings, what makes us human is that we have to live together in groups. that we don't live separate from each other, but we live together, and that living together is part of what makes us fundamentally human. And so because we live together with each other, that means that what we do affects the other people around us, that our behaviors have an effect on other people. And so because of that, that means that we oftentimes have to control what we do, that we may not do all of the things we might like to do because we are not only thinking about ourselves, but we're also thinking about the people around us as well. And so some people call that self-control, but another name for self-control is self-regulation. And that self-regulation is really important because it helps us to be able to live together in harmony with each other. Because I control my behavior because I know my behavior has an effect on you, and you control what you do because you know it has an effect or an impact on me as well. And so in our family, we practice self-regulation because we have to think about what we do and the impact it has on the other people around us as well. And so, Ariana, what are some things that we do in our family in terms of controlling our behavior, because we control our behavior because we know that it has an impact on other people? What are some things that we might do?
Well, actually, before I do something, I like to ask my family members to see their thoughts.
Okay, so asking family members their thoughts about what it is that you plan to do is a great way of being able to check in with other people, and also helps to be able to make some decisions about how we regulate our own behavior or how we exhibit self-control. That's a great thing to do in terms of thinking about the impact we could potentially have on other people. And so this week, as we're talking about the idea of self-control or self-regulation, I really want to encourage all of us to think about that what we do has an impact not just on us, but it has an impact on the people around us. And that when we take time to be considerate and to think about what we are doing and how it might affect other people, then it may help us to make better decisions about what we do. And that when we make better decisions or we think about other people along with thinking about ourselves, those are some really important ways of being able to show love in a big world. And so until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Ariana and Dr. E. Those are some great tips. All right, next we've got some spoken word from our friends at Love in a Big World.
Resisting urges that go against what I know to be true. Maintaining my integrity, doing the right thing even when there are no critical eyes resting upon me. Thinking things through before my actions become a living reality that can never be reversed. Not flying off the handle when pushed to the point of frustration or anger, or giving way to negative reactions. Breathing deeply, counting to 10 if need be. 1, 2, 3. Allowing myself to feel all those emotions that prove that I am only human, but using my mind and self-control to govern my actions, making the best decisions possible, not allowing situations, others, or even myself to get the best of me. I am in control of me.
All right, and now we've got an art project with Miss Lawanna.
Hey everybody, welcome again to my home. It's good to see you. I've got another great craft for you, and we're using another item from around the house that I'm sure you have plenty of. If you don't, I need you to tell mom and dad to save these for you next time. The next time you guys run out of toilet paper, keep the roll, because these can make some incredible crafts. Today we are going to use these to make superhero cuffs. So you know, like Wonder Woman or some of your other heroes who have their cuff, and on their cuff there's some sort of superpower that they can use it for, right? So we're gonna make some of those today. It's really easy. Here we go. Okay, I've got my toilet paper rolls, making sure they're clean, no more toilet paper, and I'm cutting them in a couple different sizes. It's up to you. You can do a longer cuff like this one, or you can do a shorter cuff like this one. I'm gonna find some things to put on the cuff, it's up to you again. But I had some foil stars from a previous party, and I just drew me a heart on this felt paper, and I'm cutting that out. Gonna paint this silver. That's what I want. Be careful about stretching it out too far. I made that mistake, and then it wouldn't stay on my wrist once I put it on. So don't stretch it too much when you paint it. Keep it so it can keep its shape. A red one too. I'm going to do the short one, and then I'm going to add my stars and my heart with a little Mod Podge. So we're going to put my stars on the longer cuff like this. This looks really good. I think it's going to be great. And then on the smaller cuff that I decided to paint red, I'm going to put my little felt heart. So maybe my superpower is love. All right, and there they are. Back to you, Tamara.
Thanks, Lawanna. That was really fun. And I have to confess, my favorite superhero is Wonder Woman. Who's your favorite superhero? Tell us in the comments below. It's just fun. All right, so we've been talking about self-control, how we can manage our attitudes, our words, and our actions. And hopefully you're walking away thinking about how powerful you really are, like a superhero. And one of your superpowers is the words that you speak, and knowing that your words can bring life to other people. That's right. And you know, when you are interacting with your friends and family, keep this in mind. Laughter is not at all a bad beginning for a friendship. That's from Oscar Wilde. Thanks for tuning in today for Music City Kids. Remember that we love you, we're here for you, and we want to help you grow strong in mind, body, and heart. Make it a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.